it's Melissa. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're in for a little treat today. I am back with my Cameo Pro. We are all about Cameo Pro this week in case you didn't notice. But I am again answering a burning question about the 24-inch Silhouette Cameo Pro, and that is, can it do print and cut? And what is the max size of the print and cut? Okay, so we are going to, I have already printed this. You guys, I have legitimately run out of room in my office. I can say that right now safely because Bob is not here to hear me admit that, but this has been a game changer and I literally have no more room, and I may need to spin you around. I may need to crop on the floor. I don't crouch on the floor, like, just bear with me because this takes up my whole desk now. So another reason that Silhouette, if you're listening, please provide a stand for us. Thank you very much. Okay, anyway, we are going to print and cut this. This is a 13 by 19 inch piece of paper. Now, due to some technical limitations and my printer being on the completely other side of the room, I cannot print this for you while we are live. But let me just tell you that I have just printed it. It has literally just come off the printer. The way that you set this up is still, I have a wide format printer. So if you're wondering, can you print and cut with the Cameo Pro? The answer is yes, you can, but you are limited only by the size of your printer. So here you go. So if you want to make large print and cut signs, I don't know, like those yard signs are really popular. I can't be the only one who spent $100 to have some letters in my front yard for Blake for his birthday. Or no, it was Olivia. For Blake, I made his, and I was limited to the 12 by 12, but for Olivia, I just paid, because at that point I was like, I can't do it anymore. Anyway, so here is a large design, print and cut design. We are going to do the print and cut. The other option that you can, if you don't need large signs, you can, here I did this, same piece of paper, but a print and cut of tags. So it gives you volume as well, okay? So no matter what you're looking for, if you need size or if you need just production volume, you can do that. Now, again, you are going to be limited by the size of your printer. So I have a wide format 13-inch printer. I linked up top to it. It's a Canon IP872. I don't know. I just saw Ashley's on here and she's sharing the link, but it is up top, okay? And the paper is 13 by 19. You can get sticker paper that's wide format and longer. You can get, you couldn't do poster board if it doesn't, unless it fits through your printer. But you are limited only by the size of your printer, okay? So you can set up your page size in Silhouette Studio to match the size of your paper. And then when you turn on the registration marks, they will fill that page size. So that's what we have done here. And I have printed, as I said, this piece. I'm trying to see if I can get you a regular piece of paper. So this is my regular standard size printer over here, and this is, for comparison's sake, this is the difference, okay? So this is an 8.5. I know it's hard to tell on here. This is an 8.5 by 11. This is a 13 by 19. And you guys know that when you're doing a print and cut, you are limited by the size of your paper, and it's not going to give you the full 8.5 by 11. So you can see how much bigger that is, okay? It's even bigger than if I was to turn it sideways and do two of them, okay? So you're not only getting the bigger print, but you're getting the bigger print and cut area. Now, those of you just joining, this is what we are going to print and cut. I've done a couple tests because I don't like to do this completely without testing. So this is just, you want to make a bigger sign, you want to make, I don't know what you want to do. It would work the same if you had printable heat transfer. Easy Subli comes in wide format, so you'd be able to do that too. Okay, so you're gonna wanna use the mat for this. I don't know why somebody's giving me a sad face. This is not sad. Okay, we are trying to bring a little joy in everybody's life right now, so we're talking about crafting. This is craft zone. Okay, so as you can see, I have this part of the roll feeder set up with this additional block. This is a mat support. These pieces of what is usually the roll feeder also double as mat supports. Now, the mat is gigantic. And when I say gigantic, I mean it's 24 by 24, and it is not the easiest to work through, especially if you need to get something in a specific spot, like right in the corner. So Also, I didn't even realize this because this is the mat that comes with the machine. It's just a standard mat, but there is a light grip mat with what I am going to suggest to you. If you are doing a lot of paper, you may want to get the 24 by 24 light grip mat, which I linked to up top too. So I am going to attempt, as you can see, my whole table is taken up, to put this on this paper, but I'm going to have to crouch down here on the floor, and I guess I'll just bring you guys with me, okay? Okay, here we go. Yep, this is super fun and awkward, but that's the way it goes, and I don't wear shoes all day, so you just have to excuse my bare feet. Okay, so the way that I would suggest you do this, so can you see? Okay, get the top lined up first and then the corner. It's just a lot to work with, and you want to make sure that it goes on flat and evenly, okay? All right, then you need to load it in your machine, which is another not so easy task. So one thing that definitely makes it much easier is the ability to have this matte sensor. Okay, so you have the opportunity to press the load button, and then you've got about 5 seconds to line this up. Now again, this is not the easiest to line up, okay? So you want to either make sure you have it, don't try to like stand back like this. Either curl it down or curl it up, okay? You'll see what I mean in a second. I'm going to try to do it so you can see from the side. Okay, so I'm going to press that, and then I need to line up with my left edge. Oh, it's not lined up. I need the left side of my mat lined up with the leftmost gray line. Let me try that again. Okay. This is why I need 2 hands and why that, okay, we're good, I think. I'm gonna just try one more time. It's just really, it's so important to get it lined up, to have it fed in exactly right. Okay, all right, so now we have our paper in there, and I am going to, you can see the mat is hanging down. Now, I am not standing behind here because I need this room. Again, if you're doing print and cut with a mat, and this is the mat, you need room behind you, okay? So this is why I'm not standing back here today. All right, so we'll press print, or we'll press cut, send, I guess, on the, okay, it's gonna tell me that my machine's not here. Okay, hang on a second here. Hold on. I just had it. I just cut a bunch of these. Where did it go? Okay. Well, I guess we'll just plug it in by USB. Okay, that's fine. I literally was across the room with my computer in my office, and this out here, and it cut just fine. And now all of a sudden it's deciding that it's not going to find my machine, which is odd. Okay, hold on, let's see. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, so no matter how much I get set up ahead of time, I always have a little snafu. Just please hold. Why isn't it finding my machine? I'm here. Please hold. Oh no. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on. We'll try a different USB port. I literally was right here with it and it was fine. I don't know why all of a sudden. Okay. Okay. Find my machine. Okay, let's try something else. Not sure why it's not finding my machine. Let me back up a little. Bluetooth is connected. Literally, you guys have seen how many of these I've print and cut. I've literally done 4 this morning, and all of a sudden now it doesn't want to work for me. All right, hang on. This is what we're gonna do. Oh no, I can't move it. Okay, so I gotta, oh my goodness. I promise this will work. Maybe I don't promise. I have no idea why it's not working, actually. All right, let's turn the machine off and turn it back on. That usually works, right? That fixes it. trying to reconnect. Oh. Now it's going to work. Yep, okay. Now it works. All right, so let me just, you don't want to, I'm going to reload it. Okay, here we go. Everything's fine, people. It's 2020. Everything is fine. Okay? Okay. All right, now we will send this to cut and go. Okay. So, just like your regular 8.5 by 11 print and cut, this 13 by 19 is going to find the registration marks and then begin cutting as well. Now, I don't know if you can see it on here, I did do a print bleed so that if the print is off a little bit and there's a higher margin error just because of this thing is so big and it has to go so far down the page, I did notice slightly that without a print bleed, it starts off fine at the top, but by the time it gets to the bottom, it's off a little bit, but the print bleed fixes that completely. So that's why I did that. Again, as you can see, I have parts of the roll feeder in here which are acting as a mat support. So this big block here, it's holding the mat up straight, okay? And we're just doing a regular print and cut. This is, I have this on cardstock, textured cardstock, and that's what I always cut cardstock on. I did jack the speed up. This is at a speed of, I think, 22, which you have the ability to go up to a speed of 30 on the Cameo 4 machines. And I literally just did it for time. But if you are worried about cutting too quickly, then just don't increase the speed, okay? All right, so if anybody is wondering, this machine itself, just like a Cameo 4, it does not actually print, it's cutting. So if you're going to do wide format like this, you need a printer that's wide format as well. Of course, you could use a standard 8.5 by 11 or whatever you have to match your printer. It will do smaller, but this is nice because you can do really large size designs, okay? So when this is done, we will have our next challenge, and that challenge is getting it off the mat, which is why I'm suggesting if you decide that you're going to get the Pro and you're going to do paper, stickers, stuff like that, I would probably suggest also getting the light grip mat because it will allow it to release a little bit easier. And I'm also going to suggest to you that if you are cutting a lined material, sticker paper, vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, stencil material, cut without a mat. You can cut without a mat, and actually is much easier than trying to deal with this large adhesive mat, which is just difficult to get materials on flat, without any wrinkles, straight, literally just due to the size of it, okay? All right, now, when this is done, I'm going to move the machine off of my desk. I want you guys to see how much of my desk this takes up, okay? So you can appreciate how large the machine is. I actually yesterday put up an extra blog post on the dimensions of it. It's 34.5 inches long, the machine itself. When you have the roll feeder on it, or the mat supports, which we do now, and the back and the lid is retracted, which obviously extends, it becomes 15 inches. I hesitate to say wide deep. So then it's 34.5 by 15 deep. Okay, I keep getting election alerts. Okay, so now, before we pull this whole thing off, I'm gonna make sure that it cut through, and it did. So I'm going to bring you back forward, and I'm just gonna apologize right now for how awkward this is about to become. I have this. I need to move this whole thing off of my desk so I have room to weed it. Okay, so now I shared that I have made, jerry-rigged, that's the wrong word, but I have made a stand. I had a stand from another 24-inch printer that I have, okay, and I used that for the Cameo Pro. The problem with the Cameo Pro, as far as the stand goes, is all 24-inch machines that have a stand come with holes in the bottom of the machine. This machine does not have holes, screw holes in the bottom of the machine, therefore you cannot attach it to any of the stands that are out there that it would otherwise fit. So I had to DIY one, and I'm really hesitant to share exactly what I did because I don't want to be responsible for you didn't screw it in right and then your machine fell off while it was cutting, which is why I'm really waiting for someone, Silhouette, Swing, American Crafts, somebody come out with a stand for this thing. Okay, and I'm not ashamed to say that I may have been begging them for that, and no one's listening to me. Okay, so let's just move this out of the way, and we can remove this ginormous thing from our cutting mat. Okay, so this becomes the next challenge. As you can see, it is large, and so you guys know it's a good idea. Well, you can probably pull this part off without worrying, okay? It's just paper, so I'm just gonna rip it into smaller pieces, making my own weeding lines here, okay? This, again, standard grit mat, so if you want to have an easier time, I would say with paper specifically, I would suggest you pick up the light grit mat, which again, I literally did not even realize that was available, and that's not even on pre-order. Those are available right now. The machine's on pre-order, but the light grip and extra mats, those are actually all available right now. Okay, all right. Okay. It's obviously okay if you rip this extra paper because, whoa, why didn't cut right there? That's odd. Okay. Okay. You guys should see, I said to Bob yesterday, my office has never been more of a mess until I got this machine because it requires me to move so much stuff out of the way. I don't understand why that didn't cut, but okay. All right, so pull that out. Okay, you're seeing, right, how this is cutting? Okay, and I'm just pulling these pieces out before I flip my mat over and peel my mat away from the piece side. Now, the piece design is actually, it's supposed to be for sublimation, but of course you can use sublimation designs for printables, for printable heat transfer, those types of things, and obviously paper, stickers, things like that. And so this is from the Sublimation Bundle on So Fancy, which is on sale till the end of today, but I obviously just used it for paper instead. Okay, so now the trick is to peel the mat away from, roll the mat back, and this helps to prevent your paper from rolling, okay? Because of the adhesive on there, if you try to just pull the paper off of the mat, it ends up curling. Doing it the opposite way, and again, I'm dealing with a 4 square foot? I don't know. I'm dealing with a 24 by 24 inch mat, and it's like you really need a third hand, okay? And there's no one here helping me, which I'm not saying I'm complaining about because I don't have a whole lot of time when no one else is at my house, but there's 2 days a week where both of my children are in school, at least for a couple of hours, and oh no, we lost the star. And then, I don't even know where Bob went. I think he went to the gym. I don't know. Okay. You see my struggles? But like I said, it's possible to do this if you really are up for the challenge. My job is to show you the possibilities, to point out to you, when I say my job, I assigned myself this job. My job is to point out to you the things to look out for, some tricks and tips like this, for example, peeling backwards instead of the other way. And yeah, so we lost the star, unfortunately. I don't know. Oh, there, it did cut through. It just didn't trim off there. Okay, so hi, I finally got it, and you can see this is a very large piece, paper piece. Would not be possible with an 8.5 by 11 standard. We used a 13 by 19, and let's say you wanted to make this a sign. You could cut a couple of these and stack them to make this thicker. You could cut another one on You could cut another one on something like chipboard or cardstock, not even print it, just cut it and then layer it. And then that way it becomes like, it has some substantialness to it. Is that a word? I don't know. And then you could laminate it. I don't know what you want to do with it, but pretty cute. And the possibilities are pretty much, only limited by the size of your printer, okay? All right, so there's a ton of questions. I know you guys have a lot of questions. I have tried to answer as many as I can throughout the last 3 days where I literally have blog posts on what I feel like answers every question. So if you have a question, head to the blog. Today, the blog post is to answer the question, where do you get 24-inch material? Because that was a big one. Which I did I did a live video on that yesterday, how to cut off of a 24-inch wide roll. And then we have all kinds of information, the weight of the machine, the dimensions of the machine, where to get the bundles, what's the best bundle to get, the comparison between the Pro and the other Cameo 4 machines. There's so much information I can give you, and I will be coming out with more and more. But while we kind of front load it, and I give you a whole bunch of information at the beginning, and then you're like, but I'm not interested in that. Don't worry, I will come around. The problem is, not the problem, but I have to give a lot of information up front, and then we'll kind of start sprinkling it through as people, more information gets out there. But I do want to let you guys know, one of the things I can't stress enough is if you want a Cameo Pro, do not wait. They will not be on sale for Black Friday. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The supply is extremely limited. Silhouette already sold out, so if you want one, you need to pre-order from Swing. They should be shipping later this month. Again, the shipping, supply chain, manufacturing, everything is so delayed and so backed up, I can't even express to you. So my biggest piece of advice to you is if you see something this holiday season, whether it's the Pro or something else, don't wait to order it because it may not be in stock later, okay? So now that I just threw up a whole bunch of crappy words on you, I wanted to just show you guys how to do print and cut on the big Pro machine and wish you a peaceful rest of your day. And yeah, I got on Facebook Live 3 times this week. That has got to be a record, at least in the last year. 3 days in a row, too. All right? All right, you guys have a fabulous day. I'll see you soon. All the links for everything you're asking are up top.